What am I doing with my life? Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my personal hell. I don't know. Just... I actually need to adjust the camera real quick. Is that better? Yeah, that's more like it. It got knocked down when I was cleaning things. I realized the entire last episode, it was filming the wrong portion of me, pretty much. I have an SNES up there, and then the controller's over here, and the controllers fell off the shelf and hit the camera. Yay, that's totally what I needed happening.
Hi again, Omega!
I think that's more Sayori's voice.
Glad to see you didn't want to run away on us.
Ah, don't worry about that. Not at all. Nope. Might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I don't know why! I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out.
Thanks for keeping your promise, Omega. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you.
I walked in the door. I may not want to be here, but that's all the commitment it took. It took the commitment to walk over a threshold.
Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Oh, right, I can't read, I forgot. I am illiterate in a literature club, so that's kind of a problem, admittedly, so yeah.
Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
I have a feeling you're going to see the end of my foot in a minute.
Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Manga is literature!
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki pops back into her seat.
Don't worry, guys. Mega always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. Because I totally didn't hypnotize him into doing that. You know, with my multi-layered demon voice.
How dependable.
Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. I can see the filth coming out the window from across the road. I'm afraid things will start mutating and becoming one of those shows I watch. You know, with the mutants massacring everyone. I don't want that to happen. So please, next time, sweep, dust, do something before it takes over! Best bit ever. And you all... Oh, okay, I wasn't too far off. And you almost set your house on fire once.
Is that so? There's something wrong with his fingers, sorry.
You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous.
How come? You and Omega can become good friends, too.
I don't want to go near that creeper.
Sayori... As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to weird situations she just put me into.
Oh, you even bought you something today, you know?
But wait, Sayori? Me? Oh god, what could it be? Not really.
Don't be shy.
It's really nothing. What is it? I have a feeling it's a cattle prod of some kind. Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do?
I'm really sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking.
Guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. With my amazing humor. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. Okay, fair enough. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Here. Yuri reaches in her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, and if you don't usually read,
But she pulls out something that's like 9,000 pages, slams it on the desk, and it just crumbles right there. Makes an indentation on the concrete floor. Some light reading today, huh?
and we could, you know, discuss it, if you wanted.
This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? I don't know. Okay, this is... She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. As soon as I can pry it out of the floor. I enthusiastically take the book. Oh wow, I am strong apparently.
Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace.
Excuse me.
I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Theory and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Okay. Maybe she just needs glasses, I don't know. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of a book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Oh, okay, I was worried that the music just cut out there for a second. Crap. Yeah, my thoughts exactly. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. That only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Why? Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, I probably wouldn't have noticed it in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so...
That's the book that you gave me, right?
I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason.
Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book?
Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. That's totally the way it works.
Ah, I see. You're insane. Something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story.
Is that so? What's it about, anyway?
Well,
Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Oh, okay.
Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Because I totally knew what it was about, too. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison.
Huh.
While her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart.
That's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles over his son.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Omega?
No, that actually sounds interesting. Oh! I actually hit S. Sorry. No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
'Cause you will read it! Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
Just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, because they have their own goals, or their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, you're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. My tongue runs away from me.
Hey, don't apologize. That happens to me all the time. I did it plenty last episode, and it's going to happen a ton more this episode. I can tell you right now, because I do not speak English. Haven't lost interest or anything.
Well, I guess it's alright then. I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. And Okay. When things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. Okay. Please stop me if I start talking too much.
I'll get the duct tape. I really don't think you need to worry, because I'm walking out the door right now. Just means you're passionate about reading. And not insane. Least I could do is listen. It's a literature club, after all.
That's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
You don't have to.
What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. Quickly retrieve the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? Slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm never used to. It is reading in company with someone.
Okay. I mean, that's fair enough. A lot of people read alone. I see. Well, somebody may end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. As if I could feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. You can't concentrate any better than that? Oi, it's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her book. I glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry. I was just...
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... This isn't awkward at all.
Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess it makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Excuse me.
Here.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Not awkward at all. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page, Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. Yay. Personal space is not a thing here, apparently. It's actually kind of distracting me. See if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face as she's in the corner of my vision. Yay. Are you ready? Hey?
To turn the page.
Sorry. Ugh. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. Yeah, no kidding. You were rambling a good bit, dude. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. What the hell? My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flitter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
You think so?
Don't look at me.
How does she?
Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. She also second-guesses all the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything. They're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms.
I see.
I totally didn't just insult you in any way. Yuri remains silent for a moment.
But Omega, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. It's so embarrassing that you think that.
Wait a second. Okay. I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. I really know you're self-conscious about this sort of thing. I guess I more meant it's kind of cute. This is getting creepy. It's like stalker level creepy.
You're saying all of a sudden, okay, everyone.
It's about time we shared these poems with each other. Yeah, okay, can we please just... Oh, God.
We don't have enough time if we wait too long.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought.
Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not... It's fine.
Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, thank goodness we escaped that conundrum. Oh, God. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Would you prefer I only read it with you?
I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way.
In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know?
That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time.
Alright. I'll take your word for that. I stand up! I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and then slip it back into my bag.
But, by the way, did you write a poem last night?
Yeah. I think, I mean, it's just scribbles on a paper. I think it's poetry. I feel something when I look at it. I don't know. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before.
Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with?
I can't wait!
Sayori and Monica are enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I mean, okay, to each their own. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself, fishing it out from under that 9,000-page book. Oh, God. Well, I'll start with you, I guess. I don't know. I'm definitely the most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. Yeah, I kind of figured. She's my good friend, after all. That bad, huh? Oh, okay. This is a good poem, Omega, because I totally actually wrote a poem. You sure it's your first time? Of course. Oh, I was... It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who will be writing poems in his spare time?
I guess you're right. That's why it impressed me. I'll be honest. I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. I think you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you just wrote one. This reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room? Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet. That doesn't mean I'll break any promise. Break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Omega. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something only really good people do.
That's totally the way that worked. Is my audio even working? Good, it is. Thanks, Sayori. Not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive. Yep. Then again, I can't deny it, she's part of the reason I joined. Because of that great hypnotizing demon voice. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yes.
Yeah! And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you.
Alright, I'm going to hold you to that, then.
Yay! Now you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
Man, that's gonna start grating on me. We'll see about that. It's gotta be better than my voice for you. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed. Making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? Sorry, some of this is... That's an interesting one. Somehow in places this is worse than my handwriting. I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Okay. Say, Ari, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No! Just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. Yeah.
I forgot to do it last night. My finger's really bothering me again.
Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself.
Don't be mean. I still tried my best.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you.
Really?
Wow. Oh, that came out wrong. Yeah. Especially that last line.
I made eggs and toast.
Even though you were late to school?
It's bad to skip breakfast.
That face again.
I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
This was so much fun. Monica's the best.
Yeah.
Next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I look forward to it. I'm just gonna go down the list. Hi there.
Well, Maggie, if you're not gonna start taking this clip, oh,
That's the wrong place.
well, Maggie, if you're not gonna start taking this clip seriously, then go home.
What did I do? Harsh.
What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid?
I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. I'll start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about?
Fine. Well, sorry. We'll get better anyway. I tell you what, to improve, you're better off just trying again.
Fine, jeez. Gah. Well, to each their own, I guess.
Anyways, I guess I gotta share mine now. Oh yeah, you'll probably think it's stupid.
Yeah, the music changed. Oh. Oh god. That's a little bit too perfect. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can raise, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Okay then.
Yeah, I told you weren't gonna like it.
I like it. I can actually read it this time, so I guess I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. I can do nothing but say honest things. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves?
Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly!
What was that?
I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but they made it fall flat on purpose. Hey, I'm so evil! I'm bringing out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, guess not. Decided to humor her with that last comment. I didn't really care about how old everyone is. If Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Just back away slowly. Just back away slowly, man. Yeah, just keep going down the list. As Yura reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? X-Lax? You, having trouble there?
Did I say that out loud?
Yeah, you did. Yuri first covers her mouth, but ends up covering her whole face. Well, I mean, she doesn't have any eyes anymore. So, yeah, I suppose that works.
He's going to hate me.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for?
Yuri takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before.
Really? Actually, I haven't written a whole lot. I think I've done like 3 poems in the entirety of what I've written. Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. And I mean, I know I didn't actually read it. I'm just pretending I'm the main character, I guess. That's the whole point of this. This is actually my first time, really.
Huh?
Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again.
Well, I know that. I just meant,
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. Traces her finger along the words of the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are a few specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both style and expressiveness are weakened.
Square peg, round hole, I guess? I don't know. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, it's not something you can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. And I mean, if you're stupid, you're stupid. Nobody can do anything about your idiocy. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback.
I mean, I don't know that anybody is really doing that.
Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though.
Yeah, I noticed. Biased? How?
Well, never mind.
You mean she's immature? And very short-tempered?
I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I already went through it.
I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki.
Oh. You mind if I read your poem now?
Please do! I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which in itself is kind of funny. I think they're supposed to be. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Okay.
I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting.
Actually, it's better than Sayuri's in some ways. What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
It did. I just don't read script very often. That's a fair approximation, yeah. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
Eh? That's a relief.
Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, this is the first time sharing. I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghosts, Yuri?
Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Omega, you moron.
Really? I must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Living in your last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so...
Nah, mine was garbage. Considering it was a string of random words. If anything, I probably learned a thing or two from you. Yeah, like how to actually speak English.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Omega.
Okay. Me too. And last but not least.
Hi, Omega! Having a good time so far?
Yeah, totally not creeped out and insulted multiple times.
Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
Anyway, want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Okay, you're just gonna hover now, apparently.
Don't worry, Omega.
Alright.
We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. It's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true.
I hand Monica my
poem.
Great job, Omega. I'm going, ooh, in my head while reading it. Okay. It's really metaphorical.
I'll take your word for that.
I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you.
They all do.
It's easier for me
to keep everyone's expectations low, because I am an idiot. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort.
That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing is full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. I wasn't actually paying any attention there. Whoops. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things.
I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this, especially with Sayori in the corner over there with those demon eyes.
That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased toward their own kinds of styles, but it'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good.
Well, that's because I have to sound confident. Doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know?
I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never... No, I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched to a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he on the other side was looking in. Okay.
So, what do you think?
It's very free-form, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
That's okay. What kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays? That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performing out loud, it can be really powerful.
What was the inspiration behind this one?
Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
An epiphany.
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. You keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink.
Just like the inner recesses of my soul.
So just move your hand and go with the flow.
Alright.
That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
Ugh. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. I was a little more stressful than I anticipated. This is everything was judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. It's just, yeah, that string of words really didn't work. There's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monika are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems as they blink back into existence. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this language?
Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? You completely missed the symbolism or something? It's really about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
Huh. I was looking for suggestions. I would have asked someone who actually liked it. People did, by the way. I'm totally not insecure. So you already liked it. And Omega did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all...
Excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Omega liked my poem too, you know.
Because I like everything.
He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
Why the hell?
That's not what you're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Omega appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? You that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically...
Why the hell? Natsuki.
Natsuki, that's a little... Doesn't involve you! I don't like fighting, guys!
Suddenly both girls turned toward me. If they just noticed I was standing there. Why am I playing this? Why did you do this to me, Thundy? Why?
Omega. She's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true! She started it! She could get over someone and appreciate that simple writing is more effective. This wouldn't have happened in the first place.
What do I sound like? I sound like a character from something, but I don't remember what it is.
What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? It makes you jump out at the rear, not force them to have to figure it out. Let me explain that to her, Omega.
Wait. There's a reason why we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey our complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Omega?
I'm gonna leave now.
Well...
How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. Whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to go that way because that's the way I write. I don't know. Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem.
See?
Wait. It's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different.
That's not what happened at all. You wouldn't even take my poem seriously.
I understand. Yuri? You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed.
Well, that's...
But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it and it becomes something really personal. Yeah, that's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute.
I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm gonna sink into the ground now. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, you just told her how you felt. This wouldn't have happened in the first place. Sorry, I was clicking on your face for a minute there. I don't know how long I've been doing it.
Are you kidding? It's exactly what I did. It was her that...
Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too?
Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped at this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I ended up feeling bad for her.
Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps take a walk and clear my head.
Sayori, she doesn't need to.
You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now.
Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem out from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumbles up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Okay, then.
Natsuki. She really didn't mean to do that.
I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Everything alright?
I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now.
Oh, Yuri. How could anyone have gotten frustrated after being... How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you.
Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Omega. You're too kind.
And I...
Okay. I'm thankful to have you as part of this club now.
Hey, it's nothing.
One more thing. The one thing Natsuki said about, you know, I would never do anything so shameful. So...
What thing did Natsuki say?
Well, never mind that. I'm going to go make some tea.
Good idea, because I think we all need to calm down here. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone. This is my time for us to leave. How did y'all feel about sharing poems?
It was a lot of fun!
I'd say it was worth it.
It was alright. Well, mostly.
Omega, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. I'm scarred for life. I'm very, very badly traumatized, but why not? It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone.
Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe you learned something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better.
Yeah, I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I'm not to myself with newfound determination. What is this, Undertale?
Omega! Ready to walk home?
Sure, let's go. Excuse me. Sayori beams at me. Apparently now she's a light bulb. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori? What happened earlier?
What do you mean?
You know, between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often?
No, it just happened today. Because you're here. It's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you?
Just, why do you keep sinking into the ground? I'm getting very worried. No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you.
You know, Omega, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club.
Okay.
I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun!
Sigh. Looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Why? We'll just have to see what in the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. Pat, 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 pat. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes.
Okay!
Yeah. Let's do this. Okay, one more. Infinite, incapable. Sorry, I gotta go for that again. Imagination. Unrestrained. Starscape. Kawaii! I don't know why. Effulgent. Rainbow. Frightening. Defeat. Infallible. Extreme. Misfortune. Secretive. Existence. Contamination. headphones, just because I use them a lot. I don't know. Whirlwind. And Eternity. Okay. And that... I'm actually going to save real quick. And there we go. Ugh. I don't know why the heck I'm still playing this. Ugh. Anyway. Now that that portion of the Nightmare Escape is over, I'm gonna go cry in a corner for a little bit because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So I will see everybody else in the next episode. Bye!